All righty. Here we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tag Team Tapping. So excited to have you guys join us and clear out some of the stress that I don't know might be coming up with things. I did an Instagram live earlier this morning with a woman in Croatia because it's part of a promo for this Luminary Summit that I'm going to be doing in Croatia in September. And she was saying, maybe we can do some tapping. For folks here in the Balkans, there's a lot of turmoil and a lot of protests. And I said, oh, so not like the peace and harmony that we're experiencing in the United States. So, yeah, so we're here to clear some stress. So, Evan and I were talking about this this idea of doing an event like this where where two tappers switch off and for this inaugural event, we thought that stress might be an appropriate thing to tap on. So, for those of you who don't already know Evan, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Evan Gregor.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Brad, thanks for having me, and thanks for doing this.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. We're co-doing this. Well, we're co-creating this with all of the wonderful people that are joining us live
Yes, indeed.
from someone from Sweden. Go ahead and you can type in the chat box where you're typing or watching from, tapping in from. And yeah, so the idea of the idea of the tag team tapping is again two tappers coming together and on a given subject or just randomly and switching off. So Evan and I will be taking turns with you guys, tapping through different things that we intuitively come up with, as well as when we can, taking suggestions from what shows up in the chat box. So excellent. New Jersey, Canada, France. I'll be in France in just a couple of weeks. Looking forward to that. Germany, all over the place. The UK, I'll be there in a few weeks as well. A few folks from Germany. Nebraska, excellent. London, I'll be doing a live event in London in exactly 1 month. Stockton, just south of me. Sydney, Toronto. Awesome, awesome. So, to start, why don't we all close our eyes, take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. Now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed, go ahead and feel your feet on the floor or whatever part of you is connected to something. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Allow yourself to feel centered and grounded. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, as present as possible, so as to receive maximum benefit from this hour. Just following your breath through your body, just allow yourself to be aware of what's going on in there. Noticing what you're feeling physically and what you're feeling emotionally. And just notice how much stress you might be feeling. Maybe rate it on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being totally zen, 10 being totally freaking out. And don't judge yourself harshly if the number is higher than you'd like it to be. Just allow yourself to be aware of what's going on in there. Noticing where you feel it in your body. And allow yourself to be aware of any thoughts, beliefs, or memories that might be contributing to the stress you're experiencing. Asking yourself, why am I feeling the stress? And also asking yourself, What am I afraid would happen if I didn't feel stressed out? If I didn't feel this disturbance? If I were totally Zen, what am I afraid would be the negative consequence? And just allow yourself to be aware of what shows up. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. And Evan, how about if you start us off?
Oh, sure. Just like we rehearsed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We didn't talk about it before, but I just,
absolutely.
thought I'd throw the ball in your court.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds good. And I will be keeping an eye on the chat for those of you who are here live. And if you want to add things in, we can incorporate them into the rounds as we go. So obviously, you're feeling some level of stress. And one possibility I've noticed these days is that it can be hard to like find the particular thing. There's a lot to be stressed about. There's a lot of things going on. So if it's a struggle to find the particular stressor, that's okay. We can even kind of approach it that way. And so you can always tune into what your body is experiencing. That's always a nice way to kind of zero in as well. So if your mind is a bit overwhelmed by all of the possible things that you might be thinking about or stressing about, you can also just focus on what your body is doing right now, as you've even brought up the subject of stress. And we see some tension in the back in the chat, a sense of watching out for danger. It makes sense, right? You're stressed about something because you sense there's some sort of threat, whether that's the finances or world situations. So just tuning into what you're feeling, what your body's doing. And you all know the drill, so we can repeat after me. Let's say, even though I am experiencing all different types of stress, maybe physically, mentally, emotionally, or all of the above, I choose to have some compassion for myself and everything my system is dealing with. So even though I am feeling stress, I feel it as tension in my body. I feel it as racing thoughts and a sense of danger or fear. I choose to give myself some space right now to help process everything I'm dealing with. And even though I'm feeling all this stress, and it might even be challenging to try to find what the single source of it is, it's okay if there's too much to grasp onto. I choose to be present with myself, to trust that giving myself this space and time, that my body, my mind, and nervous system will know exactly what to do with this. And let's go through the points now and say, this stress I'm feeling, all these different types of stress I'm feeling. I might not even know where to start. I might be fearing the financial situation, stress about making choices, stress about constant rejections while looking for employment, a general sense of danger and uncertainty. And you might be saying yes to all of these. And I'm acknowledging that this is a lot. This may not feel like anything has a simple answer right now. Like if I just tweak this one thing, then everything is going to be perfect. I may be experiencing overwhelm, Like I can't even find the topic to focus on. But I choose to give myself a little grace, a little bit of space here to say that everything that's going on, my body, my mind, they know where the energy needs to go. I choose to give myself a little bit of a break from trying to figure this all out, from trying to tackle every single topic that I might be stressing about. And even that painful acknowledgement that I'm not sure that I individually can solve all of the problems in the world right now. But I'm also open to the possibility that by being present with what I'm feeling, whether I can define it or not, whether I understand it all or not, that the energy knows what to do, the intelligence of my body, mind, and nervous system know what I most need right now. And that by giving myself the space to be present and feeling the energy of everyone I'm tapping with, that underneath all the details, we're sharing these common emotions and a common desire for some peace and clarity. And I'm open to receiving that, even without solving all the problems in the world. That by giving myself this space right now, by allowing some of this stress to process, I will be more and more clear on what I can do, what will best serve me and everyone else, and where to direct my energy, and to relax the tension around what I cannot control, which is not the same as being ignorant or pretending everything is just fine. I can acknowledge everything that's going on and choose not to take it all on myself, but to direct my energy and attention in the way that my particular abilities can best be of service. And just allowing myself to take this all in at the pace that's right for me. All right, I'll take a breath there. And you can let us know how you're feeling, if that brought anything up, if there's any specific directions you'd like us to go in.
Okay, that was awesome.
Thanks.
Because of Zoom, you can't see, when Evan's talking, I had myself muted so that you wouldn't hear my voice repeating so you could go through the process. But I was yawning like crazy. So, all kinds of good stuff in there. At one point, I thought you were going to launch into the Serenity Prayer.
I was thinking about it. Yep.
Yeah. I have done that on numerous occasions. That's I have three different. I think I have three different Serenity Prayer tapping videos, three different versions of it. But
Nice.
Yeah, that felt great. Tears, just what I needed. Awesome. Awesome. So, yeah, let's keep going. Let's spend the whole hour clearing as much stress as possible.
Beautiful.
So, even though I might still have some stress, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I might feel some stress, block the chat so I don't get distracted. Be tapping, not typing right now. Even though I might still have some stress, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I might still have some stress, I cleared out a lot with that last round, but I might still have some more to clear out. And even though I might still have some stress, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might be involved, because I choose to feel that free. All this remaining stress, all this remaining stress, all this stress I might still be holding on to. I'm allowing myself to be aware of where in my body I hold on to that stress. And I'm giving myself permission to release it. Part of me might say, no, I need to feel this discomfort. Haven't you been watching the news? How can I not feel stress at this moment? Have you been watching the stock market? How can I not feel stressed at this moment? As though the discomfort I feel in my body is somehow going to solve something. It's not that I'm bad or stupid. It's just that I have all kinds of old programming about how the stress that I'm experiencing is the appropriate response, a necessary response, even if it doesn't fix anything. The unfortunate thing is, not only is my stress not fixing anything, it's actually probably making things worse. It has all kinds of harmful effects on my body. It compromises my ability to think clearly. So it limits my ability to think of solutions. And on top of all that, everything is energy. We are all connected. So the more stress I feel, the more I'm adding stress to the collective whole. But as I tap right now, and clear the stress, I am reducing the stress in the collective whole. So letting go of stress is actually a much better solution. And I'm clearing this fear of complacency, this fear that if I don't feel stress, I won't feel motivated. Oh, there's so many terrible things going on in the world. But I am feeling so chill. I don't even care. Not going to happen. The more I allow myself to feel peace, the easier it is for me to come up with solutions. And I'm clearing any resistance to doing what I can. My stress isn't helping the situation, but I have gifts and talents that can make a difference. So I'm setting myself free to use those, setting myself free to make the positive difference that I can. I've got what it takes to do what it takes. I'm giving myself the freedom to do that. Releasing what gets in the way. Releasing what doesn't feel like peace. And then all I've got left is peace. And I'm sending that out to the world in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes, go inside, and just check in with what's going on in there now. If you look at the comments, I officially love Evan now too.
Oh, thank you.
um, uh, yeah, okay. So obviously, pretty general, but again, it's the idea of whatever it is, because in the comments, people have put some of the things that are stressing them out. But whatever it is, it's a fear response. And just being able to look at, okay, whatever's going on in there, if I calm that down, I can think more clearly. And whatever the situation might be, I'm going to start to find solutions. And if I can't find a solution, it's like, well, okay, well, I can't do anything about this. So the least I can do is feel stressed about it. Doesn't help anyone. So, you might look at, okay, I can't do anything about conflict in the Middle East. Okay. But being stressed about that stops you from doing what you can do over here because you might have gifts and talents that can make a difference over here. And that might free up somebody else who can do something about what's going on in another part of the world. So, we do what we can, and letting go of the stress, it doesn't mean we don't care. It means I want to be as free as possible to do all the good that I can do. Hope that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. So, and go ahead and be tapping the whole hour. What the heck? Even if we're not doing phone rounds. I feel stressed because I'm finding the abuse of power in the world at the moment very triggering, and the world feels like a hostile place. So that's where we take Gandhi at his word and say, be the change you wish to see in the world. If you're looking at the world as a hostile place and say, okay, I want the world to be a peaceful place. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. So as we clear stress, as we clear hostility inside ourselves, that spreads. We can spread it to the next person, the next person. And as more people do that, there's no need for hostility. We let that go. But I always go back to, I mean, there's a lot of quotes that I always go back to, but certainly one of my favorites is from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So we keep choosing to be the light. We keep choosing to be love, and we keep tapping away everything that doesn't feel like light and love. And for the things going on in our own lives and the things going on in the world, as we clean up our side of the street, we contribute to the whole world getting cleaned up. So we're so grateful to everybody who's here tapping with us right now, live, and if you just happen to be watching the replay later on. All right, tag, you're it, Evan.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we could continue with that sense of the world being hostile, because it certainly can feel that way. And someone else had commented that there was a sense of feeling guilt about being happy when so many people are suffering right now. Is
Yeah.
definitely an interesting direction because, yeah, happiness is like a few levels up from just not stressed, right? And so, if to go beyond that sense of guilt and that, yeah, the world is hostile, guilty if I feel happy while others are suffering, while others are, let's say, greater victims of the hostile world,
Yeah.
you could say, is sort of the perception of it. It's a heavy thing to deal with, right? It can completely debilitate you in some cases. And yes, Kimberly, can we tap on the resistance and fear we have of letting go of these emotions? Yeah. So
Yes.
let's see if we can wrap that all together. So let's say, even though it may feel that letting go of my emotions, of stress or sadness, of defensiveness to a hostile world, that would in some way be selfish or naive or anything else. I choose to have compassion for myself and the beliefs that may be driving this. So even though it may feel that letting go of sadness or guilt, or feeling that the world is hostile, would be an unsafe or unwise thing to do, I choose to honor and accept myself as best I can. And the perspective of this resistance that's trying to protect me in some way. And so even though it may feel like I don't deserve to let go of my own feelings of guilt, sadness, or danger, when other people may not seem to have that luxury, I choose to have compassion for myself and where this resistance is coming from. And I'm open to seeing this in a new light. And let's go through the points now and say all of this resistance to letting go of these feelings of guilt or sadness or feeling that the world is a hostile place. it may feel as though if I were to just let go and just start feeling happy, that's unfair. Maybe other people in the world are in situations where they don't have the luxury. And I feel that I would be betraying in some way their suffering, that I would almost be lacking in empathy. If here I am sitting here tapping, starting to feel happiness, starting to feel peaceful, while there's real chaos going on, that it just wouldn't be wise or sensitive. And I can look at the parts of me that are saying, look, it's actually not a safe place here. At the very least, my money doesn't feel safe right now. If not my physical body. So it is not wise for us to just sit here and pretend things are fine. That to try to feel happy or peaceful is some sort of bypassing, is some sort of trick we're doing that's not honoring of what the world is going through. And I can say I respect that. Because if someone I love or care about is genuinely suffering, or they've just lost something or someone, I wouldn't say to them, oh, just be happy. You shouldn't feel stressed. I would honor that, of course you feel sad. And so I can honor that within myself. I don't need to tap away sadness. I don't need to tap away a sense that things might genuinely feel dangerous. What I am choosing to tap on as one possibility is how my system is reacting to whatever is actually happening, and to be open to letting go of what I'm imagining happening that's not actually happening yet. And so this is subtle. This is nuanced. I can acknowledge the challenges that I and others are facing. And I can choose to look at them directly and say, yes, this is a challenge. Yes, I might not have all the answers. But how can I best show up here? And what would help me be more clear and effective? And is it necessarily true that if happiness were to arise within me, that actually would dishonor anyone? That would actually make me less effective? Because even on a purely practical level, when am I most effective? When do I create a better space for others? When I'm relaxed and receptive, maybe even peaceful and happy, or when I'm looking at a situation and saying, yeah, this is so terrible. You're right, we're all screwed. And there is a natural tendency to say, yeah, we're all we're all kind of screwed here. It can feel as though that's the best way to empathize. And we don't have to come in with an arrogance or bravado saying, you all shouldn't be sad. There's nothing to suffer about. I can hold both of these at the same time. I can honor what people are going through, but also reflect upon when I'm in a tough spot, what kind of people and energy have helped and supported me the most. And they're usually not the people who are freaking out more than me. There's some energy or calm behind them that says, this is tough, but there's a way out. This may be overwhelming, but it's not insurmountable. So I'm open to tuning into that. By letting go, which is not getting rid of. It's simply stopping the fight, the relaxing of trying to control, and letting all the emotions move through me. So I can be a space for my emotions and others. So the more empty and clear I am, the more everything can move through me. And I can support directly or indirectly the suffering of others and help see better solutions. And so I'm open to allowing this for myself at the pace that feels right for me. And let's take a breath there. And you can let us know how that resonated with you, if at all, and if that's bringing anything up.
Excellent. Excellent. Again, I was yawning like crazy. Um, the question came up, how do I know if EFT is working for me? The way that we generally notice is we feel more calm. So we haven't been doing this with each of the rounds, but I started the session with rating your stress on a scale of 0 to 10. So after each round, you can check in and say, okay, if it was at an 8 before and I felt this tension in my shoulders, now I might say, oh, it's now down to a 6, or it might be down to a 0. It happens different ways for different folks. Sometimes we're not consciously aware of it. I say that tapping is sometimes like a painkiller, and sometimes it's like a vitamin. Sometimes we can tell the difference. Sometimes it's not noticeable at a conscious level, but there are cortisol levels or an fMRI where we could look at your brain scan, then we could see that it's working, that it's having benefits. Any tapping we do has has benefits to it. Just sometimes we're more consciously aware of it. Um, I want to continue that because that was so great, and just I had some other ideas that I wanted to add in there. So let's continue this. I think the phrase that I always kind of use for at the heart of most, if not all, tapping rounds is that the extent to which we're not experiencing what we say we want tends to be the extent to which we're resisting it. And so, in terms of feeling more peace as opposed to stress, why would we resist that? And there's some great things that people come up, like the guilt about feeling happy. So let's even though I shouldn't feel peace, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I shouldn't feel peace, oops, double check my sound levels here. Evan, are you okay? Can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah. I'm not hearing any of that, but I'm with you on Zoom as opposed to the stream.
Yeah. Um,
So I would think that's Zoom linking in because you're obviously fine. Kimberly said if you refresh the page for the people watching, maybe give that a try.
Not sure, but we'll and even if it's not perfect, we will hmm.
Just in case I can record it here.
Okay. Well, people say it's better, so something's working. Uh, even though I'm stressing out about the technical issues, um, so let's go back to this. Even though I should feel stressed, even though I should not feel peace, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, and maybe anyone else who might be involved. All these reasons I should feel stress, all these reasons I shouldn't feel peace, all this need to hold on to stress, all this need to resist peace. I have all kinds of reasons. Part of me says, with all the crap that's going on in the world, with all the suffering that's going on in the world, how dare I feel happy? What right do I have to feel happy? What right do I have to experience peace? But if that were a universal rule, we would have no such concept as happiness. Because on any given day, somebody's having some difficulties. And if no one on the planet could feel peace or joy, if just one person is struggling, how could we ever feel peace or joy? People have taught me this, that I should suffer in solidarity. but I cannot be sad enough to make anyone else happy. I cannot be sick enough to make anyone else healthy. I cannot be poor enough to make anyone else wealthy. I cannot be stressed enough to bring anyone else peace. If a doctor is making the rounds at a hospital, would a patient say, "You look healthy, doc. That's not fair"? I want my doctor feeling as good as possible so as to provide the best service. If I'm on an airplane flying over the Rocky Mountains and the turbulence is causing some people some anxiety, I don't want the pilot thinking, what right do I have to feel calm right now? As we allow ourselves to feel peace, as we allow ourselves to even feel happy, that actually helps people more. If resisting happiness inside of my body lowers the level of happiness in the world, then I could even say to myself, there is misery in the world. Who am I to contribute more misery? What right do I have to deprive the world of joy? Not that I need to make myself feel guilty about this. I'm just allowing myself to see. I'm not feeling happy in spite of other people's suffering, but my happiness might help to release it. If we all allowed ourselves to feel a whole lot better, the world would be a much happier place. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Misery cannot drive out misery. Stress cannot drive out stress. So I'm processing these, giving myself permission to feel more peace for the highest good of all concerned. I'm allowing myself to know it's not events that cause stress. It's our thinking about those events. That's why one certain event will stress out some people, but not everybody. So whatever the thoughts I'm having are that are causing a stress response, I'm allowing myself to reconsider those. It might very well be a misunderstanding. And I'm setting myself free to feel more peace in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes, go inside, and check again on those levels of stress and or peace in your body. And hopefully you're experiencing much more peace inside and recognizing that that is a gift that you are giving to other folks. And and you might go ahead and keep tapping here. You might even think about, if you know somebody who is, who might be upset with you and say, hey, I'm going through some difficulties. How you should be suffering with me. And you could say, I appreciate that and I care about you and I want to help however I can, but I can't suffer enough to add to that. And likewise, then what if someday you're feeling happy and something's going on in my life? And I then say, you can't feel good. And they may or may not see the logic in that, but allowing yourself to know it. It's not like we have to go and rub it in people's faces. Oh, you're suffering. Look at me. I got a big grin on my face. It's not about that. And we can be empathetic, just like the doctor would hopefully has a good bedside manner and is compassionate, but you don't want the doctor suffering while they're trying to take care of you. Um, so being able to do that, yeah, misery loves company because it justifies our suffering. So that's, all of for whatever reasons we hold on to stress, we have all these reasons. And it's very validating if the people around us are doing the same thing. I'm feeling stressed. You're feeling stressed? Oh, okay, good. Well, then we're both right. As long as we're all feeling stressed, we're both right. Maybe none of us are right here if we're choosing to hang on to things that cause distress, not just because it's uncomfortable, but any stress that we feel compromises our ability to think clearly. And if we compromise our ability to think clearly, we compromise our ability to make positive choices and take positive actions that actually make things better. So, really, that's as we allow ourselves to clear the stress, we are creating a solution. It's not about letting go and it's not about pretending things are fine. That was a great comment you made earlier, Evan. I was like, oh, I got to do a video on that. Not, we're not pretending that things are fine. We're just clearing the stress that limits our ability to make things more fine. So take a look at some of the comments here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's ultimately, Ruth, it's all most of the things that cause us challenges are early programming by people who were doing the best they could with a lot of crappy programming. They had gotten a lot of misunderstandings, and we take that stuff on and we create this idea of how we have to navigate life and how we have to protect ourselves. The stress, we hold on to stress because we think it's protecting us in some way, shape, or form, protecting us from complacency, protecting us from judgment from others. Oh, you're not feeling upset enough about this. And, to which we could say to them, how is your upset helping? There's a bumper sticker I saw years ago that said, if you're not outraged, you're not paying attention. It's like, that's what we need is a whole bunch of people outraged. Because if you look at the problems, they're being caused by outraged people. So as we clear the outrage, we find ways to work with each other and figure things out. So yeah, need to parent ourselves better. Gary Craig, the founder of EFT, once said, "It's never too late to have a happy childhood, because all there is now in this moment." And allowing ourselves to feel more peace in this moment. So, Evan, thoughts, comments?
Yeah, how would you like to proceed with the next couple minutes?
Um, well, if you're okay with it, I might end with the guided imagery,
Of course.
as I tend to do with live events. So it'll probably go just past the hour. So folks, if you'd only budgeted 1 hour to hang out with us, then you feel free to drop off the line at 1 p.m. Pacific or whatever time it is for you. If you have a few more minutes, and you can always come back and watch the replay. This will be on the channel, and we'll have it up on tagteamtapping.com. Um, so check out tagteamtapping.com because more goodies to come. But for the moment, please go ahead and get yourself comfortable. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. Another deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. A third deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. Now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Breathing comfortably, and just imagine that with each breath you take in, you breathe in relaxation and positive energy. Go ahead and imagine a healing light of whatever color you like surrounding your body, so that with each breath you take in, your lungs comfortably draw in that healing light, allowing it to flow through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. Imagine a healing shower flowing down crystal clear water that's a perfect temperature as it flows over the top of your head, soothing and relaxing your scalp, washing away fear, doubt, anxiety, washing away anger, sadness, guilt, shame, washing away pain, frustration, disappointment, embarrassment, just washing away stress in all of its various forms, washing these away to reveal the light that you truly are. This unique expression of divine light and love, allowing more and more of that light to be revealed as that healing shower flows over your forehead, relaxing the muscles in your face, flowing down over the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, washing away tension, leaving your shoulders calm, comfortable, and relaxed. That healing shower flowing down your arms, all the way down over your fingertips, down over your chest and your stomach, soothing and relaxing, healing and cleansing, and allowing yourself to remain comfortably in whatever position you choose. Allow that healing shower to flow down over your upper and lower back. And as your torso relaxes, your internal organs comfortably do whatever they need to do to achieve and maintain your optimal level of health and well-being in body, mind, and spirit. As that healing shower continues down over your body, down over your hips and your thighs, over your knees, down your lower legs, through your ankles, into your feet. And finally, that relaxation flows over your toes as you allow yourself to relax twice as much, going at least twice as deep with each number as I count backwards 5, drifting down to 4, floating down to 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. Remembering that each and every time you hear me say the words deep sleep, with your permission and only with your permission, you allow yourself to return to this depth or even deeper deeper, deeper, quickly, soundly, deeply. And the physical body relaxes. And with that relaxation comes a wonderful sense of calm well being of body and mind, deeper, deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. And in this calm, comfortable state of mind and body, go ahead and imagine yourself in some really beautiful place. Some place where you allow yourself to be present to the beauty, the magnificence, the abundance of creation. Remembering that it is here for you as much as anyone else. And the more you allow yourself to feel peace, the easier it is to see it, the easier it is to allow it. So giving yourself permission to be aware of what doesn't feel like peace and allowing yourself to release that. Being absolutely compassionate with those parts of you that have held on to that stuff, believing that it was necessary. And giving yourself permission now to take a look at what doesn't feel like peace that you might have been holding on to. And asking yourself, do I need to keep hanging on to this? Is this necessary to provide some benefit? And without any shame or guilt or judgment about having held on to it in the past, and no need to justify holding on to it, giving yourself permission to release it. Allowing yourself to be aware of what doesn't feel like love and doing the same. Compassionately asking yourself if you can let go of what doesn't feel like love. You can look around the world and see places where you wish there was more peace and more love, and you want to send them peace and love, but you cannot transmit what you haven't got. We can't send peace and love to other parts of the world or other people if we're insisting on holding on to stress and other uncomfortable feelings. So allowing yourself to be absolutely compassionate with yourself for what you've held on to, and again, allowing yourself to release what doesn't feel like peace, releasing what doesn't feel like love, letting that stuff go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. And allow yourself to be more aware of peace, more aware of love, and now looking around the world and sending that love, sending that peace. Just imagine yourself radiating love and peace like a bright light that radiates out from your body and sending that out to others. And you might imagine that as you send that out to others, they start lightening up and radiating light outwards as well. You might even imagine floating up into the sky and looking down at the earth and seeing yourself radiating that light out, and other people then picking that up and growing brighter and radiating their light, and just looking down at the planet and seeing it growing lighter and lighter. And allow yourself to feel really good about contributing to that. Knowing that as you allow yourself to feel more love and peace, as you allow yourself to be the light, you make a positive difference in the world. You spread peace, you spread love. And just floating back down into your body, feeling that love and peace, allowing it to feel even more profound in every fiber of your being as we go even deeper now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. In a moment, I'll count you back out from 0 up to 5. 5 will be wide awake, alert, focused, and energetic, feeling much better than before, feeling much more peaceful. and feeling good about spreading that peace. Tonight, when you choose to go to sleep, don't be surprised when you fall asleep quickly, soundly, deeply, and sleep very well through the night. During the night, you'll dream. The more you dream, the stronger you become. I'm going to ask your unconscious mind to allow at least one of your dreams to be a very healing dream. Continuing this healing process in body, mind, and spirit so that in the morning, at the time you've chosen to wake up, you wake up easily, feeling refreshed, energetic, and ready to start the day again, powerfully moving forward into an ever more joyful experience of an ever greater abundance of health, wealth, happiness, and love, which are your birthright and which benefit others. And now go back down to zero, which is always deep sleep, allowing your mind, body, and spirit to digest all these positive thoughts and images, taking them in at a very deep level so that these positive changes occur easily, effortlessly, and naturally. Coming up to 1, feeling physically relaxed. 2, feeling emotionally calm and confident. 3, health and well being, enthusiasm, love, joy, and gratitude flowing through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. 4, becoming more and more alert and aware of your surroundings. And 5 is eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. And welcome back. And thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that. Beautiful images there. I forgot I was on the call with you. I was like, I better unmute myself and open my eyes.
Well, thank you for the awesome work you do, Evan.
Oh, thank
And
you.
great to combine forces. And
That
well,
was
we're
awesome.
all doing this. Again, it's a co-creation. Everybody here, we co-created this. It's not just the two of us. So thank you for that. Thank you for being willing to confront those reasons why you insist on hanging on to what isn't peace and what isn't love, and allowing yourself to especially let go of any guilt about feeling good because your feeling good does more good for others than than holding on to those uncomfortable feelings. So thank you all so much for doing that. And thanks for all the hearts.
Yeah, it's a nice, different colors too.
So got some green hearts in there for St. Patrick's Day on Monday.
Oh, right.
Um, oh yeah, and just a quick shameless plug.
Yeah,
Starting
of
on
course.
Monday, I'm going to be doing this live tapping at this time, 1 o'clock Pacific, every day next week. Oh, thank you, Evan.
I guess I'm not on camera
Oh,
though.
here. Well, I'll do the. I'll share the. Oh,
Spotlight me.
I can't share that because. Oh well. Um, so Tap into Miracles is the free 5-day challenge next week. Tapwithbrad.com/miracles. And that will, and so we'll be doing this, clearing out all kinds of stuff, opening the way for a more miraculous life, which is good for you and it benefits the world. So please and thank you. But in the meantime, have an awesome, awesome weekend.
Yeah, thanks so much, Brad. Thanks everyone for being here.
Love you guys. Take care. Thank you for tapping along with me. I hope you're already experiencing a greater freedom to feel better, do better, and live better. Now, you can help me be of service to even more folks by clicking like, commenting, sharing this video, and subscribing to my channel. Please and thank you. Be sure to get your free Success Beyond Belief program. Just click the link in the description box down below. And since nothing is so good it can't get better, I hope you'll allow yourself even greater freedom to succeed by tapping along with this video right here. Thanks.